Hi everyone, welcome to today's session. So we will start our session now. Okay, so for a start, let's sit in a comfortable position. Put your hands in a comfortable position and then gently close your eyes. We're going to do some breathing exercises first. When you breathe in all the good and all the fresh air. When you breathe out, whatever tension and tightness, whatever feelings of stress or tiredness, whatever negative emotion, negative energy in the body and the mind, we're going to let it all go out together with the out-breath. So let's try, so gently take a deep breath in. Gently let it out. Relax, 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 relax. For the second time, take a deep breath in again. Gently let it out. Relax, 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 relax. For the third time, take a deep breath in again. Gently let it out. Relax, 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 relax. For the last time, take a deep breath in again. Gently let it out. Relax, 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 relax. Relaxation of the body. If there is any more tension and tightness, any more feelings of using or exerting strength in the body, gently let it go and let the body abide in a state of relaxation and inaction. Relaxation of the mind. Let us be aware of the state of mind at every present moment. If there is any wanting, any craving, any expectations, Gently let it go and let the mind abide in a state of non-wanting, non-craving, and non-expectations. Then let the mind abide in inaction. For the mind not doing or thinking about anything. Not having the need for the mind to do or to think about anything in particular. Let this 20 minutes be a time for the mind to have a rest from all the wanting and doing. Then let the mind be aware of whatever that manifests to your awareness regarding the body and the mind, moment to moment, moment to moment. Without indulging or suppressing or rejecting any of the stories, issues, images or emotions that may arise. With total acceptance and awareness, as much as we can, let the mind be aware of whatever that manifests to your awareness, moment to moment, moment to moment. Then with this relaxed mind and body, let us continue with our development of the reflection on compassion. For a start, let us think of the suffering beings. With a sincere wish for them to be free from suffering, gently, sincerely, with a tender loving heart, let us wish the suffering beings free from suffering and causes of suffering. 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 Let the suffering beings in the world free from suffering and causes of suffering. 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 Then let us think of ourselves with a sincere wish for us to be free from suffering. Let us wish ourselves, may I be free from suffering and causes of suffering. 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 May I be free from suffering and causes of suffering. 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 Then let us think of the respected beings. Again, with a sincere wish for them to be free from suffering, gently, sincerely, with a tender, loving heart, let us wish the respected beings free from suffering and causes of suffering. 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 Then let us think of the neutral beings. With a sincere wish for them to be free from suffering also, let us gently, sincerely, with a tender, loving heart, let us wish the neutral beings free from suffering and causes of suffering. 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 Then let us think of our enemies, those who want to harm you, who want to or have insulted you with an evil mind, disparaged you, etc., done something unwholesome to you through their unwholesome intentions. If there isn't, then at least people that find you distasteful or unpleasant. Again, with a sincere wish for them, for ourselves, especially for them, to be free from suffering and to be free from causes of suffering, to escape from the vicious cycle. Let us wish the enemies free from suffering and causes of suffering. 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 May the enemies free from suffering and causes of suffering. 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 Let those who harm and those who are being harmed free from suffering and causes of suffering. 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 Okay, so gently take a deep breath in. Gently let it out. Relax, 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 relax. For the second time, take a deep breath in again. Gently let it out. Relax, 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 relax. Gently be aware of the feelings of your body. Gently be aware of the feelings of your buttocks touching the cushion. Then doesn't matter whether the experience was good or no good. Let the mind come back to the present moment. Then, just like waking up from a deep sleep, gently open your eyes. Okay, so there is a question from the participants. That is, Bhante, can I send compassion to a person who has passed away, wishing for them to be happy, wishing for them to be free from suffering, and that in their present life? Okay, that means whether they are reborn in the heavenly realms, or whether they are reborn as a human again, or whether they are in the four woeful realms. Is it possible to send compassion and send loving kindness to them? Okay, so according to the practice that leads to jhana, then we cannot attain jhana, which is a stillness and hyper-focused state of the mind, when we send loving kindness or compassion to people who are dead, beings who are dead. Okay? So, and also not advisable to start with it. But if it is just a wholesome intention, just a wholesome wish, this relative of mine has passed away, hopefully may they be reborn in a good state, may they be free from suffering. This is also compassion, right? So this is also compassion, and if you wish them to be happy, then maybe they are also in a happy state. Then it also can be loving kindness. That is why if it is just a wholesome intention, then I don't think there's a problem, because we also wish for beings to be reborn in a good state, right? That is compassion. There will be compassion there. There will be loving kindness in there, right? But if you want to develop jhanas, then it is not advisable to use them as your subject. Okay, so hopefully this answers the question, and a little bit short sharing today. So, for loving kindness, we understand that the far enemy is anger, and the far enemy of compassion is what? Cruelty, right? Cruelty and brutality, or violence, or revenge, this kind of mind, wishing harm upon other beings. So when should we use it? Or rather, the question is, when I'm angry, Bhante, which one should I use? So usually it depends actually. If loving kindness, somebody they say, Bhante, when I'm angry, it's very difficult for me to send loving kindness. If that is the case, then actually in that scenario, you can actually try to send compassion. And compassion usually works if loving kindness doesn't. Why? Because we understand that, these beings, they are doing harmful things to them. They thought that they are winning, but actually they are planting seeds of suffering. They will reap the results of their actions in the future. But of course, we be careful about that thought. Don't wish for misfortune to happen to them as soon as possible. This is also cruelty. Be careful about that. But it's just an understanding about the laws of nature, that they are actually they are actually harming themselves. They look like they are winning, but actually they are harming. Okay? So when we can do that, then in the cases where loving kindness doesn't work, then compassion usually do the job. And it will help you to let go of your anger and instead be able to relate to those enemies, those unpleasant beings with compassion. Like that. Okay, so that is a short sharing for today. With short of you, well, peaceful, happy and full of compassion, then let us share merits. So repeat after me. Etavata chammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva sabbe bhuta sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampati siddhya. I share my merits with all devas, all beings, all creatures. May they rejoice in our merits. May they be happy. Idame nyati nam hotu Sukhita hontu nyatayo. I share my merits with all departed relatives. May they rejoice in the merits. May they be happy. idame punya asavakaya vahang hotu idame punya nibbanassa paccaya hotu. By the power of this merit, may it be supportive condition for my purification of the mind till no more defilements. By the power of this merit, may it be supportive condition for my attainment of Nibbana. Mama punya bhagang sabba satanang bhajemi te sabbe me samang punya bhagang labantu. I share my merits with all beings. May they rejoice in the merits. May they be happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. That's all for today's session. Wish all of you well, peaceful, happy, full of compassion, and see you guys in the next session. Okay? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.